All right.
Yes, sure.
Welcome everybody, Andrew here. We've got some really good training today. First up, we've got Willie, who's going to talk about how to go from 300 to 100K pack without recruiting. Alex is then going to come in and talk about, what were we going to do, goal setting, or were we going to do
accountability?
Accountability. All right, we'll do accountability today. And then I'll come in and talk about multiple account strategies and how you can utilize that to maximize some profit. So it should be some jam-packed, action-packed information today that we can all walk away with. So pens and papers out, and we're going to bring out Willie Breed to share with us how to go from 300 to a 100K pack. So take it away, Willie.
Absolutely. Thank you for that info, Andrew. So I've got a little slide for everybody. We've had it in the group as well. And this is an awesome way of keeping track of exactly how you can move from $300 pack to 100K pack over a period of time. So without recruiting, this is obviously without recruiting. It is obviously it's showing us on an average net gain of 1% per day, more or less what we have. So that gives us about 5% a week. Remember, it might be slightly faster, slightly slower, depending on how the traders actually do for us over the period of time. So this, I will post this again in our little Telegram group as well, so that you can keep it handy, show it to people when you're talking to them. I think it's important for them to understand that with a small investment of $300, you can actually build yourself all the way up to a $100,000 account in just over 5 years. And there's nowhere in any traditional market, that you are going to get a savings plan, let's call it a savings plan like this, that can take you from a once-off $300 all the way to $100,000 over 5 years. So if we look at this, if you start off with the $300 account and we go all the way through, work days to upgrade is about 120 days, just under 120 days. Because remember, when we're upgrading, we want to upgrade before we get to the 200% total return in our pack, because we don't want to cap out. That's the main thing. We don't want to cap out. So $200 would get you to the next level, and then you'll upgrade to the $500 pack. So that upgrade then through to the next one will take you another 178 days, more or less. The next one about the same again, 178, then 89, then 119 days again. To the 5,000 pack, it's 71 days. To the 7,000, 76 days. 10,000, 89 days. Because that's obviously a bigger difference. So instead of just $2,000 up to the next upgrade, it is a $3,000 up, and then it accelerates from there, because you're getting a much bigger return on a weekly basis. So from 15K, then it's 59 days, 20K to it's another 89 days, 59 days again to 30,000, 50,000, 71, and then from 70K, it's another 76 days. So you can also see here, if we look, it's also easy to track here. If somebody comes in with a 1,000 pack, you can tell him that it takes off a full year of waiting instead of coming in with a $300 pack. So instead of coming in with a $300 cap, coming in at a $1,000 pack, it takes a full year of the period to getting to 100K. Then again, if you start with 2,000, it almost takes another year off. So depending on where you start, you can actually get to 100,000 extremely quickly. And this is without recruiting. This is just putting back all of your trading profits and then building it all the way up to your $100,000 pack.
Awesome. Willie,
Any questions with regards to this?
I've got one. Is there any matrix earnings factored into that, or is it just trading results?
That's just trading results. So we
Right.
haven't even factored in matrix.
Yep.
Matrix is difficult to bring in a percentage on matrix because we don't know how big a team is. Your team will be bigger than mine, or whatever the case might be. So this is without. So if you have a team underneath you or a matrix team, whether you bring them in or not, that will obviously accelerate your income as well. Because remember that whether or not you're an active or a passive person in this company, you will earn Force Matrix.
In time, absolutely. Now, Willie, we discussed this earlier. We wanted to give an idea of how much just sharing it with one or two people along the way, even if you're just passive, you might talk to somebody. If you get someone to join with $300 underneath you, you get a 45 fast start and a $4.50 uni level. So basically $50. How much time would that save getting to the end? So if we were earning about $1.68 a day,
so let's say
326,
yeah,
about $10 a week.
Yeah, it's about $10 a week. So let's say that you are talking to some of your friends at a braai or a barbecue or whatever the case might be. If you talk to some of your friends, they start with a $300 account. That's close to $50 total in commission. That's close to $50 total in commission. And if you bring 5 people in, if you manage to refer 5 of your friends at $300, that will take you to the $500 pack immediately. So if you do it in your first week, you will probably bring your time frame from $300 to $100,000 down by 6 months.
Well, if we look at it another way as well, Willie, if you do one 300 pack, you share it with one person, that you make about $50, and in the trading commissions you're getting about $10 per week. You've just saved yourselves 5 weeks, all right, or 25 days out of that 119 days for one person. It really does speed things up. And I know
yeah, absolutely.
I know Geordie on the call's just only been in this, about a week, Geordie? And she's already gone mentor, which is 3 wide, and brought a couple of other people in. You must be like a hair's whisker away from upgrading to the 500 already. So that's pretty exciting. So did anyone have any questions for Willie?
I think this is quite straightforward.
Yeah.
You know, if you think about this, even starting with something as small as $300, you have the opportunity to change your life financially in 5 years' time. That will never happen anywhere else. No. I mean, in South Africa, for instance, if you put $300 into a savings account, you're probably not even going to get $5 in a year on interest. No. I mean, that's insane. I mean, leaving money in the bank, and most of the banks, it will even cost you money, because if they take off the fees, the monthly fees that they are charging and everything like that, you probably end up with less in a year than you actually started off with, especially with a small amount like $300. So this is an opportunity for anybody out there, because whether you decide that you want to be,
Oops.
Just hold on.
While Willie's sorting that out, just on that, you can see on that chart there where the first 5 lines are like a blue color, and you see it's all 100 and something days, 180 days, 180 days, right? Can you see that's getting up to the 3,000 pack? Now, it really does when you get to the 3,000 pack, it accelerates away because you can see the days drop down to 71, 76 and lower because you're getting up into the larger packages. So we suggest everyone really just focus on tipping everything back in to get it up to 300, whether you recruit or not. If you do share this with people, it speeds things up. And if you can get to the 3,000, I know Alex has really seen this because she's gone from the 3 to the 5 to the 7 to the 10 really quickly in the last couple of weeks, by the 2-3 weeks, I think. And it's really gone fast. And look, next she'll go to the 15, then all of a sudden she'll be on 20 and off you go. So, and you can see after we get to the 20,000 pack, the 30,000 pack, it speeds up again. So very exciting. If Willie, if you're back, you can finish your thought.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No, that's right. Yeah, we've all got kids.
That's the joys of having a 3-year-old in the house. So, yeah. So yes, all that I want to show everybody with this is whether or not you choose to be a passive person in this business or whether you choose to be an active person. Obviously, being an active person will accelerate you to 100,000 very quickly. But if you're totally passive and you just take your profits every month, just put it back, put it back, put it back, you can be financially free in 5 years' time. And that's Absolutely. The bottom line with this company. I haven't seen any other project that is this sustainable and consistent with what they offer us, whether you're a person that builds a team or whether you're a person that doesn't.
Absolutely. And as you said, Willie, it's pretty self-explanatory. So guys, I reckon the strategy is just do everything you can to get to 3,000, right? Whether you're sharing it or not. And then you can start plucking a little bit out because it really does accelerate away, especially if you're sharing. So well done, Willie. What we might do now is if you can stop sharing.
Yes,
or I can,
there we go.
There we go.
Stop sharing.
Now I've lost Zoom. Where are we? Okay. Now, next up, we've got the magnificent Alex Girl to come on out, and she's going to talk about accountability. Oh no, we don't want that, do we?
That sounds like such a scary word, but it's
Doesn't
actually, it's not that scary. If somebody had talked to me about accountability 5 years ago, I would have ran. I would have put my fingers up in the cross shape and say, "Get away from me!" and ran like the hill. But yeah, no, accountability is pretty awesome. Now, I want to talk about accountability because of the times that we find ourselves in right now. Now, this is for everybody on the call, whether we are building a team or whether we're just getting through day-to-day life because of what we've got going on at the moment. We are finding ourselves now in a very uncertain times, and I don't know about you, but being here in Melbourne and being locked down every 2 seconds, it can be quite challenging to stay positive and have a positive mindset in all of this. I mean, we've all got our things that we go through and we deal with every day. One of the things I've done recently, I found that I wasn't coping with being locked down and being here and building a team, and it was having kids and homeschooling and doing all the things that you have to do now. A lot of responsibilities is falling back on us. We have, out of 2 years ago, we had our kids going to school, we had our jobs, we had our lives are certain. There was some sort of reliability and certainty in our lives, but that's all changed. And in the last 2 years, I've been with you guys building businesses and building an income and trying to just figure out where my world was like a roller coaster when this COVID happened. Everything changed. So I've been finding that a lot of people that I'm speaking to are finding everyday life just hard, just bloody hard. You know, mindset is something that plays into all of this when you're locked in a house or you're locked in a city where you can't move and you've got curfews and you've got restrictions and you can't go and visit your family, you can't go to hospitals, you can't go to funerals, you can't do anything. Life gets a bit crazy. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been struggling. And I haven't been building an income. I've stopped doing everything. I've sat in my bedroom for the last 3 months and contemplated things. I've tried to do homeschooling with the kids, and that hasn't worked. And teachers, I get phone calls every day. The kids aren't at school, and life has changed as we know it, and we don't have any certainty in our lives anymore, which affects everything that we do. So recently, I've been talking to people about how we can show up in our own lives and take responsibility and accountability for what's going on in our day-to-day stuff. Now, I've been very blessed to have an awesome friend in Willie, and we have become accountability partners. So every day we keep each other accountable. We talk to each other. We reach out and we have a phone call or we have a text message on WhatsApp. And, you know, I could be having the most crappiest day and Willie will ring me up and say, hey, what did you do today? And I'll be talking to him about my day, and I'll go through it and go, whinging and whining, and all of a sudden I'll find something that I've actually done in the day that's been quite positive, and we've been able to churn that around. And even tonight, I didn't want to get on this call. I didn't want to talk about anything tonight, and I wasn't prepared because I have an 8-year-old who's autistic, and he's drove me nuts all night long, and I had no sleep. So if I hadn't have got on the call with Willie and we had to talk with him, I probably wouldn't have shown up today. So we were going to talk about our whys and why we do what we do. But I thought, what better way to start this off with accountability and checking on each other. We all here are part of a family. We're not a team, we're a family. And there's people on this call that I've spoken to recently that have needed people to just check up on them and say, hi, how are you going? So what I thought we could do tonight is grab a partner, grab somebody, whether they're on this call, reach out to one of our friends, whether we're building this as a business or whether we're just having a friendship. Everybody on this call knows each other, and we're all friends, and we're all struggling. I know that most of us have had something in this lockdown that we've struggled with. So I thought, why don't we set up an accountability program for our team? I don't know if anybody here in the chat is interested, but if you are, let me know in the comments, and we'll start a chat for accountability, or we'll find a partner for you guys where you can touch base once a day, once a week, once a month, whatever suits you guys. And just so you can have a conversation with somebody and just say, hey, how was your day? And I say, hey, Willie, how was your day? And he goes, oh, Alex, it was so shit. And you can just sit there and say, well, how come it was so crap? And he'll go through what happened with him, and we'll be able to find a positive in all of that. Because if you can find a positive, I've had three friends recently commit suicide because of what we're going through in lockdown. So if you can find a positive in the bad, that can turn everything around. So yeah, I would be very interested and grateful and honored to be anybody else's accountability partner here. Whether you want to build a business and you want to say, hey, Alex, I reached out to 10 people today. Or, hey, Alex, what did you do today? And I say, oh, I didn't do anything. I got busy with kids, blah, blah, blah. And you come back and you say, oh, well, what are you going to do about that? Are you going to go out and talk to 20 people tomorrow? just accountability, being there for each other, holding people accountable for their actions and for their slackness. Because I can be quite slack. I need a good kick up the backside a few times. Just ask Willie, he'll tell you.
I think with that one, Alex, as well, you want to try and be an accountability partner with someone who's about where you are. So if you want to go out and build the business hard, you want to be, we want to be with someone who's trying to do the same thing. But if you just want to plod along and sponsor some people here and there, get someone else that's about on that level, but stay in contact regularly, because with what's going on in the world, as you said, people have down days, and sometimes you just need someone to rest on to help lift you up, and vice versa. One day you might be up and they might be down, or you're both down one day, and you can bring each other up. And that's so important today with what's going on, because it's depressing sometimes. So yeah, absolutely. But you want to run with someone that's about the same, and you don't have to have two people. You could have the three sisters or the dynamic quadro or whatever you want to. You can have 3 or 4, and you have a little group call every day just to fire everyone up, and then go.
Exactly.
But with that, what really works, if you've got a DMO, which is a daily method of operation, so you want to reach out to 5 people, you want to get the video out a couple of times. Now, if you've got an accountability partner and you've got that DMO, and I've agreed to do this and she's agreed to do that, you're going to get on a call later, you're going to be more inclined to do what you need to do, so you can say, yep, I've done mine.
Oh, definitely.
Yep. It's like a challenge. Like if you don't do it, you're going to have to run naked around the pool table, sort of thing. You have yourself a little bet between yourselves. All right. I don't know if it's that, but something, But if you go out of your way to get it done, so you don't have to do the thing that you have a bet with,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I mean, Alex, you and I have been accountabilities in the past. Now you and Willie are on fire. I mean, I touch base with Willie, on and off as well. But I probably need a separate day-to-day accountability partner, as others do as well. So I was going to
I think
Geordie from time
Andrew,
to time.
Andrew, I think yes, it's totally important. It's so easy for us to get in our own heads and take ourselves out of the game completely. And I know, every single day, just having this chat with Alex, whether it's her that's having an off day or myself having an off day, it just pulls you out of that space into a space where you can actually move forward and do something again. Because that's the biggest thing in what we do. You can get caught up so easily inside your own head, saying to yourself, but yeah, this is too difficult, it's taking too long, whatever the case might be. And having that person that you can talk to on a daily basis, no matter what, does make a massive difference to where you're going.
On that as well, I think, who's ever got into a procrastination cycle where they'll just do it tomorrow, do it next week,
Me.
do it next month, next year, nothing ever changes? All right. It happens to all of us, including, me. I feel like sometimes I'm the world's best procrastinator. But who's ever had a period where they've just got excited and went out and spoke to 10 or 20 people and then sponsored 5 people in a day or a couple of days? Who's ever done that? I know I've had those periods. I know Alex has done it. Geordie's done it this week. Yay. Okay. But you see the difference. The only difference is what's going on in your scone, right? You've got positive excitement thoughts and you just want to, right, who's next, compared to, I have to go and talk to somebody, right? And that can be the difference. If you egg on with an accountability partner, it really does get to there. Now, what I was going to do, just on that, so we really need to work out for yourselves, is with your accountability partner, you want to know where you're heading, right? One for one. Now, we're not going to talk about it. I'm going to give you some homework. How's that? Right, now I'm going to put in the Zoom chat, I'm going to put in there, find your unstoppable why. right? There's a 5-minute video done by Fraser Brooks, and he talks about find your whoop, which is what's the one wish you could do, what's the what's the outcome, the obstacles, and what's your current plan. Now, Fraser will go through that. I suggest you do it and you really nut down what your one wish is. What would you change in 2 to 3 months' time if you could change anything? And don't say 6 inches taller or anything like that. It's got to be something that the finances can do. But there's some homework for us, guys. So absolutely, guys, pair up if you want. So basically, generally, you'd want to be acquaintances at least to start with, but then hook up. So, I might knock on Geordie's door because I know Alex and Willie are, and look, doesn't mean you can't talk to anyone else as well, right? But you want to try and pair up and really strive to get the results you want. Now, the next person off the rank is me. So what I'm going to talk about is how to structure things with multiple accounts. Okay, who can see benefit in that, in setting up more than one account? All right. Now,
Absolutely, I've seen it with me.
yeah, I've got multiple accounts as well, and we can probably, and I know Alex has got Punny's account, Geordie's got some other accounts as well. So just as you build the business, you see things that you could have done differently at the start that would have made you more money along the way. Does that make sense? So as you're building stuff, you go, oh, maybe I should have done that. Okay. So one of the strong things is now with the matrix earnings, as my team's filling out, you start to go, holy cow, that is awesome. All right. And I would go, because I've got my main account and I sponsor Cherry May first, she's on my first row of the forced matrix because it was the first person I sponsored. All right. Then Alex is on my second spot, and the third spot, I sponsored a guy who never did anything with it. And I said one day, can I have that account back if you're not going to do anything? He goes, yeah, sure. So I've actually got 2 of the top 3 matrix positions. Okay. Now, with the matrix, this is something that just happens. You can't build it and you can't place people in the matrix as such, because we all need to build our width for profit. The matrix just happens as a consequence. Would you like me to quickly show you, or just use my hands? All right. You've got you there. Then the first 3 people that join your team will go 1, 2, 3 on your front line. Then the 4th person you sponsor personally will go under the first person in the matrix. The 5th person will go under the 2nd person. The 6th person will go under the 3rd. The 7th person will come back and look for the 2nd position on the first one. Now, if that's already filled, it'll look at the 2nd position on the 2nd one. If that's filled by someone here, it'll look at the 3rd one. So the matrix just fills in automatically. It just happens. So as time goes by and your matrix does fill in, to control the top 3 spots is going to be very beneficial for you. So if you've got family members and you're going to be able to bring in, over time, 10 people over time, not in the first week, but over time, you can bring in your family members on the front row. This is what we got Geordie to do. She went family members 3, and she's got those 3 spots. Then she kept sponsoring and they went underneath. So as the matrix build out, you're going to earn on your main spot and the 2nd row from all the people in your team. All right, very beneficial. Now, the other way of doing it, all right, I would urge you to try and get the 3 spots. So if you had $1,000 to join, I would find a little bit more and do your main spot and 3 across there. Now, they have to be individual people. It could be a husband and 2 kids that are of age, or 17 and a half, all right, or close enough, okay? So, or you could put in your mum, your dad, your your sister, your brother, all that sort of thing. So you can control those spots and then go from there. Now, the next thing to do is if I quickly grab Paint, hang on a second, menu. I'm just going to get a new sheet. Come on. I'm just waiting for my computer to wake up a minute here. Maybe that's why it's a bit slow, because Paint's frozen. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Menu, new, don't save. Okay. So if I share my screen real quick, come on. Oh, this computer sometimes. I've got way too much stuff open though. Right. Come on. Come on. Share screen. You can do it, computer. Paint. Share. Okay, can you see a blank screen there? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yes.
All right. So here's me or you, whoever it is. Okay. As we say, you want to do 3 spots so you control the first 3 positions in your matrix. And I'm not drunk, even though the circles look like I am. All right. So here's another strategy, and I'm going to show you a spreadsheet in a minute. But I wanted to give you a bit of an idea. If you say I sponsored Cherry May here, and then underneath that, I put my son, my daughter, and my other daughter in a line like that. Okay, why did I do it that way? Right, now they all started at 300 accounts. So I've got 5 in a line. Me, Cherry May, my 3 kids. All right, I wouldn't go any deeper than that. Who can tell me why?
Otherwise, you're not earning because you're just
not
earning
earning,
up to
right?
level 4.
Absolutely, because you only get uni level to level 4 before you hit the first rank. So Cherry May would be the first level. My son would be the second level. This would be third, and this would be fourth. Right. Now, what happens when this account here joined? He joined for 300. What does this account get? A fast start for $45. Yes. And you also
Yes.
get a $4.50 uni level, but you also get a $4.50 there, there, and there. So from that 300 joining, you get $45 plus 4 lots of $4.50. All right, so you get $18 plus 45, so you get $63 instead of just $49.50. All right, what happens when this one joins? Or we'll start at the top. This one, you get 45 and a uni level there, so you get $50. When this one joins, you get 45 here plus 2 lots of $4.50. When this one joins, you get a 45 here plus 3 lots of $4.50. When this one joins, you get a 45 here and 4 lots of $4.50. Okay. What happens if you withdrew all of these? All right, you do 5 withdrawals and you combine them together to upgrade this one and maybe this one. So you're using 5 accounts to upgrade the bottom one first. Would you get there quicker?
Absolutely.
On Willie's spreadsheet, it said it was going to take 119 days to get from one account. It was going to take 119 days to earn enough to upgrade. So if you've got 5 accounts earning, right, you're going to get there in about 30 days, aren't you? So that divided by 5. So the earnings from 5 accounts will take you 30 days to enable you to upgrade the bottom one. All right. So when you upgrade this to 500, you then get a fast start. You get 30 here plus 4 lots of 3. So you get an extra $42, which is like 4 weeks on a 300 pack earnings. All right. So that speeds up the earnings enough to upgrade this account faster. Then you get a fast start and uni levels here, this account, and then this account. Then you withdraw all of them, and then you're upgrading the 500 pack down here to 1,000. And you just follow that process. You upgrade at the bottom and use both the passive and the active earnings to upgrade each one along the line. All right. Now that actually works because I've got that set up, but I've also set up over here. I've got 3 family members here in the Philippines. So I'm using those as well. So I'm doing 8 withdrawals and I'm using that to upgrade the next one all the time. And I've actually brought this position back. So I've actually got the frontline position there and I'll build under that. So can you just who's completely confused now? All right. So in other words, once you've got your 3 positions at the front to get your matrix earnings, stack them. Because that way, then when you upgrade this one, all of your accounts get a commission. You use those extra commissions to upgrade the next one. Then you get commissions on all of them again. You withdraw and you upgrade the next one. It just makes it so much faster. All right. Now I'm gonna be a bit cheeky. My brother's got a spreadsheet he doesn't want shared out there, but I'm going to show you how with 3 accounts in a stack, you can get them all to 100,000 and repurchased at 100,000. All right. So that without ever adding money to it, who'd like to see that? Okay. Because
yes, absolutely.
if here's the thing, with Willie's, how you can get from 300 up to 100,000. Right, when you go to rebuy the 100,000, you might have to drop back to the 70 or the 50 because you're not going to have enough there. All right, does that make sense? If it's all one side, because if you've got all passive earnings, you think about it, you're spending 100,000 of that 200,000 to upgrade your package, and you've got withdrawal fees, and you've got only a little bit of it left. You've got about 80% of it left to rebuy the other 100 packs. So that's where you need a few active earnings to do it. Or if it's all one-sided, that you can drop back a pack or 2 and then build back up to it. So, and that's the way of doing it. But the spreadsheet, let's go look at that. Give it a moment to load. Okay. So this is the example with you start with 3 300 accounts in a line down like this. Okay. You can see I did mine with 4 300 accounts in a line, which just speeds it up even more. Now Matthew has factored in the fast start commissions, the uni levels, the matrix earnings, and the matching matrix earnings. All right, so he's factored in all the different. This has got some funky formulas in it. All right. So what if you start out with 300 each? Now see the yellow ones? That's where you upgrade. So if you had 3 300s, it factors in the earnings. The first one you'd upgrade is the bottom one. All right, so then you've got 2 300s and a 500. As you go through the days, the next one you do the second one to 500. Then you would do the bottom one to 1,000. Then the second one to there's the 500 in the first one here somewhere. There. Hang on. I can't edit it. It's view only. All right, so that one there, you upgrade the first one to 500. Then you come back and you do the 1,000 packs. See how you start with the bottom, then the second, then the first. Then you go to the 2,000 packs like that, 3,000 packs. You can see how they're staggered or offset. You need that so that you can, once you've upgraded that, you've got enough to earn to upgrade that one, then upgrade that one. Then here's where it gets a bit funky. You go from, in the bottom one, 5,000 and then 7,000. Then the second one, you go 5,000, 7,000. Third one, 5,000, 7,000. Then you start doing tens. You see how you get the 3 tens? Then what you do is you stack up the bottom one first and only upgrade when you absolutely have to in the first 2. So on the bottom one, you go to 15, then 20, then 30,000. Then a couple of weeks later, you upgrade the second to 15 and then the first to 15. Then you come back and you do the third one to the 40, then the 50. Then you'd have to upgrade the second one to 20 and then the first one to 20. Come back to the bottom one and do 70. Okay, 30, 40, 30, 40. You can see that you're upgrading $10,000 in 2 weeks. You see how quick it gets with 3 different accounts? Here you're upgrading $10,000 in 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Then you come back. Now what you're doing, see there's a gap here. You're saving enough to rebuy, let the 70,000 cap out and rebuy it in the third account. Now, why would you do that? Why would you rebuy instead of upgrade? I'll give you a hint. See the dials in the back office? When you upgrade, they come back a little bit. When you rebuy the package, they go back to 0. All right. So what they do is you're resetting the dials here on the 70,000 pack. A week later, you upgrade this one to the 50, then the next one to the 50. Okay. After that, you're rebuying the 50,000. You let it cap out, and then you rebuy here. So you reset the dials on the first, second, and third account. Then you start going up to the 100,000 packs. 100 there, 70, 100, 70, 100. And down here, you can see there's a big long gap, right? So you're earning away. So basically you're saving up enough to rebuy the 100,000 pack with about 100,000 change. And then you rebuy the second one, then you rebuy the first one. So that's how it's done. Now that's done in specific order. Okay. But here's the thing. If you have your passive accounts like that and you mix in the odd sign up, it speeds it up even faster. All right. And I know I've experienced it because I've got basically 8 accounts with all my kids and the family members here. When you're doing 8 withdrawals a week and you're using that to upgrade accounts, it gets quick. You're upgrading every week. All right. And once those accounts get sizable, because when you get an account to the 3,000 pack, you can do a withdrawal every week because it's always over $100 in passive earnings. Okay. So that's how you do it. So the strategy would be grab as many of the front positions in the matrix as you can when you first join, and then a stack of family members if you have family members to do it with. But Ray is also doing it with corporations, right? He's setting up a separate account with a corporation. Now, you might not have all the paperwork done yet, but if you have that position, you can set up all the paperwork in lieu after. Now, Ray's goal is to have 8 100,000 packs balanced, earning away. Who'd love to have that? Who'd love to have 100,000 pack earning away for you? Do you know how much you're going to earn out of 100,000 pack? If it's just passively, you'd be pulling in about $3,500 to $4,000 a week US, right? Now, if it's only passive, you're going to have to save some of that to rebuy the next package, all right? But along the way, if you've shared it with a couple of people here and there and they've started to build a bit of a team, right? All of the active earnings that we'll do will be profit, because the dials in the back office, they don't add together to make 200%. You can earn 200% on the passive side and 200% on the active side. All right. If I can probably just give you an example of that if I can log in. How are we going for time, guys? Oh, we're still 45 minutes in. All right.
Yeah, so we've got about 15 minutes to the hour.
Okay, I'll just quickly show you that so people understand, because a lot of people don't get the dials in the back office. All right. Just bear with me. I will. God, the computer's struggling today. Might be because Zoom's on. Come on. Oh, come on, computer. Am I frozen or is it still going?
You're still going, Andrew?
Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm just waiting for my computer to wake up. I've got too many tabs open, I think. So, okay, you put that in there. Oh, come on. Oh, it's dead set. My computer's pretty much frozen. Hang on. Oh, here it comes. Okay, here we go. Okay. My apologies there. We are good to go now, I think. Okay. This is Cherry May's account. I just want to show you the dial so you can understand. Okay, here we go. Eventually. Okay. Down a tiny little bit. Now the dials I'm talking about are here. So the top one here, you can see with the bear in the background, that is your passive earnings. That is the trading, right? The trading results and the force matrix. So when people do withdrawals in your team, you get a small cut of each withdrawal, right? That's the withdrawal fee. Doesn't go to the company, it goes back to the members. And it's another way for people who are completely passive to earn extra money as well. Okay. Now on the other one with the bull in behind, they are the active earnings or the commissions basically for building a team. Now you can earn up to 200% of the package you're on. You can see Cherry May's on the 50 here. You can earn up to 200% on the bear earnings and 200% on the bull earnings. So in theory, if these dials are balanced, you can earn up to 400% on the package. Okay, so you can see here it's almost balanced, and I've already earned 254% on the 50,000 pack. Now I saw Ray's account, he had 198% and 185%, I think it is, on the 100,000 pack. So by the time he caps out to 200% here, he would have earned about 390% on 100,000 pack. So $390,000 on 100,000 pack. Now to do that, I asked, Ray has got 6 building legs. Right, he's got one of them is his wife, and he's got 5 others that are building, and the active earnings and the passive earnings are basically pretty much running equal, and that's perfect. That's how you want it. So if you got it to a position where you've got 6 growing legs, then you can start building under one of your family members and get that to 6 growing legs. Then build under another family member until that's got 6 growing legs. That way you can get multiple accounts on the go. Now, what you'll find early on is that when you do build, okay, the commissions will come out in front. They'll get in front of the passive earnings. But as you build up the pack size, they will start to catch up. And I've actually got a, if I can show that, I'll go to the graph. Oh, the computer's just having a meltdown at the minute, isn't it? All right, are you guys okay if we take another couple of minutes just to get this, show this one last thing? Then we'll wind it up.
Sure, Andrew.
Yep. Oh, come on. Because I actually showed this to Geordie in the meeting this morning, and it was pretty cool, wasn't it, Geordie?
Yeah, it was.
Because I'm a bit of a smart ass with spreadsheets and such.
Look, some people are visual, and those charts do help when they see it that way. So
Right.
I know they help me.
Yeah. Oh, Google Chrome, I'll tell you. It's having a full-on meltdown at the moment. Right, let's reload it and see if that works. Oh, come on. Right, here we go. I think.
I think I can. I can.
Oh, I need to crash Google Chrome, but that's going to take even longer. So, all right, it's going to be playing. It's not going to do it. But basically, what I did is, in my account, I worked out week by week how much I earned. So week 1, I do the colours. So week 1, I was on the 300. I upgraded straight to the 1,000 pack. All right. And then I did it in a red, and I did different colors. It's seriously not going to load, is it? Okay. And I just mapped out the accumulative graph so that the commission sort of went up like that, and the passive earnings sort of went slow, then they slowly built up. And as you get to the bigger packs, it gets faster and faster and faster. Maybe oh no, here it comes. Oh, that's not even the right one. Hang on. Here we go. I think it's loading. Okay. I'll share the screen real quick. Okay. As you can see, tell me you can see the screen. Now it's not going to let me move it now. Ah, I really need to Sorry guys. Computers, huh? It's having a right meltdown. Anyway, but basically it just shows you that your active earnings will go out and your passive earnings will catch them up. And if you can be balanced, you're going to make things so much faster. Okay, so I've had people that have never built teams before. You've met Vic and Desi, Alex, I think. The biggest teams, I know Desi, the biggest team she ever had was 5 people. And that's seriously going to events and building properly. Her team's up through 1,200 and going strong. She'll be up in the thousands, like multiple thousands very soon. And Victoria's never built a team before in her life. I think a couple of people in another program, her team's run through 300 and it's screaming towards 400 so quickly. And she's just bouncing off walls because she's about to go up to the 100,000 pack. Now, she did subsidise that a bit. She put a bit extra in to speed that process up, but she'll get that back in a heartbeat. So, yeah, and as you can see, my account went up to the 40K during the week, and Cherry May's on the 50, and I've got a whole bunch of family members on 3 and 5. So when you add them all up together, it's over 100. So it'd be nice to get one to the 100 pack so you've got the gold coin in the back office, but we will. So what we were going to do, guys, is for these meetings, we're going to run them maybe every week, but probably every other week, right? To have a training of some sort. And we want to do our own little recognition / prizes. We were going to keep like a tally of anyone who either joins and pays for an account, like $300 for a new account, or upgrades, you get an entry into like a draw. Okay, anyone that hits a new rank like mentor or executive or manager gets an entry into the draw. Okay, and I think to make it fair, we might do for every, what would you say, every 10 or 15 or 20 entries, we'll do say a $50 cash prize. So that every 10 entries, up to five a week, say. So every 10 entries we get, and we'll keep a spreadsheet, whoever upgrades or any new members that come in, we can put them in there and we'll run a competition so that us leaders will share it out. I know Gail's going to help out. I'll tip in. We can run some cash prizes so that some people that join can potentially win a prize to get some cash back, or if they go out and do some activity, all right, they get a chance. The other one that might be worth it, let's have an open discussion here, is if you sponsor somebody, I think you should get an entry into the draw as well. So if you sponsor somebody, you get an entry, and the person who joined gets an entry for upgrading to 300. Do you think that's a fair call?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so.
Yep, that's good.
It's like it's an incentive for call to action, if we can describe it that way.
Yeah, well, look, as we get more and more activity, we'll actually throw a few numbers out there. So, all right, we'll do one now. I'll do a $50 one right now. So Annette, number 1, Willie, number 2, Diane, number 3, Alex, number 4, Mike, number 5, Rudy, number 6, Willie, number 8, what I would say 7, Ems 8, David 9, Betty 10, Geordie 11, Meads 12. Where's the randomizer?
I think it's randomizer.com. Did everybody get a number?
Yeah.
Did you remember your number?
No.
All right, I'll just have a look. All right, so my Zoom screen's fairly, and I didn't get a number. I'm not doing one. So, all right, so we'll go to the randomizer.
Don't remember what
Oh,
my number.
that's a text one. Random number.
Random number. Random.
Random number generator.
Yes.
Let's see if we can get one of them going.
Random.org. That's what I've always used.
Don't remember.
Oh,
if I
come on, computer.
I
All right,
was
Alex,
oh,
who's not having a meltdown on the computer? Get one of these random generators up.
all right, I've got one. Hold on. All right. Yep. Share screen. Where's the share screen button? Well, here we go.
All right, so you wanted to generate a number between 1 and 12.
1 and 12. Everybody knows their number.
No.
All right, everybody.
Generate.
Okay. Oh,
Number
no,
4.
that's me.
Number 4.
I'm gonna put it back in. Sorry, I'm gonna put
Redraw.
it back in.
All right.
Was I 3 then, Alex, I think?
I th-
Number 5. Who's number 5?
yeah, I think
Stop
we know
share.
who num-
Number 5 was Mike.
There you go.
Awesome.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, Mike.
Next time,
Work your Bitcoin address in, mate. I'll flick you $50.
and why don't we do
50
one
New Zealand
more?
dollars, even better.
Why don't we do one more?
50
And
peso.
we'll do one more, Andrew, and I'll pay for this one. We'll do one more. So everybody pick a number 1 to 12 in the chat, and we'll do one more. And if somebody's done your number first, well, you'll have to pick another number. So put your numbers in the chat now, and right. So from 8:10.
Grab your Bitcoin address, Mike.
All right, so from where the comments go from 8:10 on, so we're still waiting on one or two?
Yeah, just randomize it, Alex. I've got the numbers. I can see the people on the screen.
So has everybody put the number in from 8:10 p.m.?
Yep, we all know the numbers. Fire away. What's the next one?
All right. Oh, share screen again. Share screen. All right, so 1 to 12. And we're off and racing. Number 6. Awesome.
Is that a random one, or is that just counting up?
It was me.
Yes, it's counting up.
Because it's gone 3, 4, 5, 6. Just
Oh,
click
well,
it again and
Diane
see if
won.
it does actually do it. Generate again and see if it does.
Diane
actually
won that.
random. That's 7. I'm going to spew. It is now. Generate again.
Oh, well, Diane won. Next time we'll do it. That mustn't be the one I know. I have a paid one. I have actually got a paid one. Next time we'll do the paid
Just
one.
see, generate again and see if it goes to 8.
No.
Oh no, 12.
there.
All right. That just means right. Who was number 7 then?
No, well,
Was
Diane got
Diane?
number 6. So
I
it
was
number
6.
Diane got
Diane
it
was number 6.
Oh,
yeah.
Diane got it, did she? Okay.
at number 6.
Right.
Yeah.
Stop sharing.
All right. All right. I'll get you that in Bitcoin, Diane.
Have you got my address? No.
No, you PM me the details.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
No worries.
All right, so guys, let's get some more people on these meetings. I think it's going to be fun.
Yep.
Next week, we'll go, Alex,
Yeah,
I reckon we'll
absolutely.
get you to fired up to do some goal setting, right?
Goal setting,
Just
and we're
dream
going
dream
to
boards
do,
or something.
no, we're going to work on our why and our purpose. Our purpose.
Right.
Oh yeah, we could.
Here's an
have a-
example. I got that right in front of me, front and center all day long. It's a 51-foot trimaran, but it's not just
You
a,
just made me.
yeah, it's something that I've researched. I know the exact boat I'm going to buy. I've spoken to the owner. He's selling early next year. I could almost walk through it and imagine every part of that boat wherever I go on it. Right, I know how much it is. I know when I have to have it by. Okay, that's just turned that. This would be nice into a goal and a dream, and it's got a date on it. So whenever you're sitting there going, you know, searching through Google Earth, just looking at stuff, you can look over there and going, is that heading me towards that or not? And it's pretty easy. But see, what you want to do is work out what that is for you. Right now, it could be to do with your kids. It could be, you know, we'll go into that next week. But go and do your homework on the one wish. Mick, okay, Mick, I'll send you $50 in a minute. Please just send it to me. Did you send it on Messenger or where'd you send that, Mick? Oh, I'm going to have to wait to get off the Zoom because my computer's just melting down here. Did you send it on Messenger, Mick, or not? All right, well, I'll flick that over straight after the meeting. Well, Geordie, go and sponsor some people, upgrade, and you'll have lots of entries into next week's draw. All right, I might whack up a bit of a spreadsheet. I might be the controller of that because, you know, if you put a public thing out there, people delete shit. Delete stuff. And so if you do sponsor somebody, give me your name, their name, and I'll put an entry in for both. If you upgrade, let me know. One, so we can get the graphics done, which is very easy, so we can share it with the others that we're all striving forward. And what was the other one? If you go mentor, which is to sponsor 3 in the first 3 people, or you hit a rank, I think is the other one. Okay, so we'll get quite a few entries every week, and I'll tell you what, it will grow. All right, because
we're going to backdate that last week. So Geordie, you already got entries.
Okay, all right. So
Oh, yay. Thank you.
so we'll start it from
Awesome.
when?
From last week.
From all right,
From the
let's say from the
September.
30th of August.
Yep, that'll do. All right, so if you've sponsored someone or someone has joined or upgraded or rank advanced in that time, let me know and we'll keep it in the Dream Chasers. And that'll be a little bit of an extra incentive as well. If you go out and do something, I might win $50 on the Saturday meeting. All right, so, and I think as we get more and more entries, we'll put more and more prizes up too, because that means stuff's happening. Okay, so we're quite happy to do that. So I'm going to get Gail's out and about as well in the UK, so we're going to get her involved in the meetings as well. She's my sponsor. Okay, so and she's awesome as well, so we'll help that. So we've been on for an hour and a bit now. It's been an awesome meeting for our first Saturday event.
Absolutely.
Bit of feedback, guys.
So,
give us a a little reaction clap or a thumbs up if you enjoyed today. And in the Dream Chasers, we'll put
yeah,
the
and if Andrew, and if the guys that have been on here can also go on there, Diane that won a prize, and Mike, if they can go on groups as well, and just say, you know,
so I won
they
a
were on the
prize.
call and they won their.
Absolutely. So let's generate a bit of excitement with everyone, and looks a rising tide lifts all ships, doesn't it? So if we all go together, all right, we're all here to help each other. If anyone needs a 3-way call, message me or Willie or Alex or Geordie or whoever else feels like being a leader on the day. We're here to support you. So if you've got a big player or someone that you feel a bit nervous about answering questions, get someone in to help, right? The three-way call. A really
Yeah,
powerful
Andrew,
way of
just
doing it.
just as an example as well, as I had somebody with a whole list of questions yesterday, and I just quickly sent those questions over to Andrew. We had a discussion about the questions, and I could answer that person immediately without me just saying what I think. I could
Yep.
confer with Andrew and then
Okay.
take it from there. So it's always good to get somebody else just give their perspective on any questions you might have.
Perfect. Yeah. So if you're not sure what to say, if someone sent you a message and you're not sure what to say, just run it past someone, myself or Willie or Alex. You know, it's really just a matter of doing that. Yeah, you run a door prize, Mick. Run the door prize on the Saturday night meeting. So, all right. On that, everyone be awesome. Okay. Let's go out and tear this week apart. Okay, and have an awesome week. We'll run meetings during the week. I think we're going to run an early next week sometime. We're going to do a getting started one.
Yeah.
All right, where we can really
the
nail
plan is
down
on
the.
Tuesday.
Yep, Tuesday I think we'll do one. All right,
Yeah,
a getting
the
started
plan is
one.
for Tuesday.
Yep. So we'll work that out. Everyone be awesome. We'll put this replay up in the group once it renders and uploads. So everyone be awesome. Thanks for coming.
today.
Sorry, Geordie.
Thanks for today. Especially the matrix and how you explained to top up the bottom one first. I never thought of that, but yeah, now that
Yep.
you've shown it, it makes perfect sense. So that
Yeah,
the
we might
bonus
have
is
to
filtered
revisit
through
that a couple
everyone.
of times as well, because it does
Yeah.
get a little confusing, but I've got a very mathematical brain. It just falls into place with numbers. So if you don't quite get it, don't worry. You can always ask a question on any of the meetings and we'll keep repeating it, because it did take a while even for it to drop with a lot of people. So once you get it, it's in there. All right. And as
Cool.
as you go, it's even gets better. So all right, everyone, be awesome.
Just added the link to the Telegram. Whoever's not in the Telegram, go and add yourself to the Telegram group now. And those that won the prize, don't forget to go in and yoo-hoo!
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely.
And
So everyone, yep, sorry, Alex, go.
this will happen again, not this week, but next week. And we'll give you 5 or 6 days notice.
Yep, awesome. So
Okay.
get used to it. All right, guys, everyone be awesome and have a good evening or morning.
You
wherever
too.
you are.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Bye,
Well,
Cheers,
everyone.
guys.
All right,
Thanks.
see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.